Welcome back. We'll be looking at momentum and its conservation again. And this time we'll have a little twist, and that is it is an inelastic collision. And we'll be looking at how it affects the kinetic energy of the new system. All right, I have a little video here that I'm going to show you, and this is going to describe what is happening. As you could see, the red one was the only one moving to begin with. So let's look at that again. You had the red one moving, the blue one was standing still. They stick together, they take off in their new system. Okay, that's what we're going to be looking at. They had the same mass. They had, obviously this worked. This was the conservation of momentum, and that gives us information that we'll need for the velocity that comes after the collision. All right, we also know from earlier what kinetic energy is. We know that the red one was the only one that had kinetic energy. Then a collision happens, and then we have something else. So let's take a look at what we know because that the conservation law is applied. The new kinetic energy, obviously we're going to have twice the mass because both guys had the same mass. Then they crash together and stick together. Okay, now what about the velocity? Because this is true, we know that the velocity is half of what the first one had. Now if you don't believe that, pause and simply write out the equation that we used in the first video and prove it to yourself, okay? Now, if you are convinced, let's just take the next step here. All right, this cleans up nicely. It's a really kind of a simple equation. You can see that it's similar, but not quite the same. This is what is different. You see that half the kinetic energy has gone to some other form, heat, sound, whatever. There was most likely a deformation of some kind. Think of a car crash. When two cars crash together, a lot of metal is bent. When you have an old-time wire hanger in your hand and you bend it real fast and touch the part that was bent, it can be so hot that you can get burned from it. So the kinetic energy has transferred into different forms of energy, but it's no longer the energy of motion. Okay? See you next time.